Hello YouTube, this is Gaming Dragon 360 back with the next episode for Medieval 2 Total War Egypt long campaign, and
Orders, mighty Sultan!
I had in the previous episode blockaded Constantinople straight across the Dardanelles, and now I'm going to do the same with Nicaea. And Nicaea and Durazzo are our next targets. But there's this
We would see you dead.
Byzantine army in the region that we ought to at least engage.
We shall end this day in triumph. We have chosen the time and place.
If we can
Now
take
let
care
us
of this army, we can then move westwards and take Durazzo, leaving behind only Constantinople on this side of continent in Europe, for the Byzantines, of course. Let's see. I want you all to break your formation so that the damages done to you is minimal. Okay, so we are attacking them with all our strength. A lot of arrows though, there should be more. Let's do that twice. Let's go attack them. In fact, no. Let's go and attack the siege equipment. We're using our superior numbers to harass the enemy. Keep them at bay.
Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle. The cowardly enemy general flees like an old woman. Attack and break the will of his men.
Perfect. I want you to disperse the enemy swiftly and completely.
Our foe fights with horns
Charge
made
them.
of clay. We are winning the battle. The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Let's go and charge them. Perfect. They have now begun to rout, and our expeditionary force has been successful in destroying this Byzantine army in the area. Is there another unit here? Let's go and face them with honor. Let's see what else. This unit is done for. Attack them, attack them.
All praise to Allah. You have left our enemy lost. They run like children.
Perfect.
Scour them from the field.
Kill them all.
Great victories are like sweet
Perfect.
nectar. Come, let us drink of the most rare and glorious fruit.
With 60 losses, we have devastated an army almost the same in size as us. But to be honest, their composition was very problematic.
Sultan, a most honorable victory.
Now we
Sultan,
move westwards
Inshallah,
towards
we will
Durazzo.
smite this foe, Sultan. Na'am.
I need to
Order.
reinforce
Salah.
Thessalonica, lest
Continuing
the
tomorrow by
Byzantines
the
mount a
Sultan.
successful counterattack and take it.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders.
Let's retreat.
As you will. Joining the ranks.
I don't want to put my units in a
How may I
vulnerable
serve,
spot
Sultan?
here.
Salah. Forming up together, Sultan.
The Turks have not attacked us as I thought they would, which is good. I mean, it's not like I wanted them to attack me. I just thought that they would. But we did make preparations in anticipation of such an attack, and they have been more than adequate. Perfect. Tripoli can now have a town hall. It can also have a shisha bar, it can also have a grain exchange. Roads. Ballista maker, stables. Masjid is fine. Nicosia. Iconium. Let's send more troops, infantry, because we'll be needing a lot to fight off the Byzantines around Nicosia before, or Nicaea before we can take Nicaea.
Orders.
And that's pretty much it. And our next goal is to blockade the Byzantine trading abilities. I mean, I don't want them to be able to produce more troops. Once they're dead, they're dead. No more troops, no more reinforcements. And they probably can. They're probably running on a current account deficit right now. They're bringing in another army, but I think we can hold on to Thessalonica until reinforced by these troops once they come back from Durazzo. Durazzo is going to take around 5-6 turns to surrender. That's okay. Okay, so the first Turkish jihad force is here. The jihad in this game works pretty much the same as the crusade. You can hire more troops than usual and for cheaper rates,
We rest here until orders.
and they have
We
a
march.
comparatively higher morale.
Your plan, Great Sultan?
Merchant.
Paving the way for
What is the infidel's name?
who or what
missed.
offends you, mighty sir.
Orders,
No,
mighty
sure.
Sultan. We must anchor until morning.
Let's see what else. No more units for retraining. Okay, we can move and attack the enemy the next turn as soon as the retraining is complete.
Na'am. Sultan. Sultan. We move, Sultan. Orders.
Perfect. A fairly decent sized force attacking Nicaea. I just hope they don't turn this Crusader army on me. It
Inshallah,
would be very
the
hard
peace
for
between
me
us
to
shall
retaliate.
prevail.
But I can. I mean, it's not impossible though. I can and will retaliate, but maybe hard. Jerusalem, Acre, Gaza, barracks, Naftatoon, so on. Okay, barracks. The reason I want all the upgrades in Gaza is because if I have a major setback in any one of these cities, I can always count on Gaza to reinforce and allow us to strike back at the enemy. Okay, a shipwright. Good, we are producing an income. I think I'll convert this into a I'll convert this into a city. Nicosia can remain a fortress. Adana, Caesarea can remain a fortress. Adana convert it to a city. Acre too. Because we need the income though, don't we? And what else?
How may I
can we
serve,
do
Sultan?
now? Enter. The Byzantine Empire is sending a lot of their merchants in our territory, seize assets from our merchants. Let's start assassinating these priests. And Turkish jihad forces here. I don't actually mind the Turkish jihad
Ready, my
force
Sultan.
trying to
Give me
kill
a target. And
trying to take over Constantinople. I mean, hopefully they will not succeed in doing so, but they will weaken the defenses enough for me to walk over the city
Besieging
when
the
the time
enemy.
is right.
orders, mighty Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet.
Now look at what
The
I've
infidel
reduced the
surrenders the sea.
Byzantine navy to.
Blockading the fort. Naam, great Sultan. Like the weary camel, now we must rest.
In construction first. Gunsmith. Recruitment. Nubian archers. Let's go for these.
Naam.
And send two
Sultan,
more up north to
we march.
Thessalonica.
The sun sets on today's journey.
We need to defend Thessalonica however possible. Convert to a town. You can see that economically speaking we are now in a much better state than we were earlier on. Better defenses. Alexandria, a dockyard, merchant wharf, large bazaar. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Fortress upgrade, sure. Antioch. What is the issue here? Public order. Let's improve public order. Caesarea, Adana. Paved roads for Adana. Iconium. Let's see, ballista towers. Mines for Iconium. Smyrna. Small mustard for Smyrna. Thessalonica will have to wait though. We can only make this town hall right now for Thessalonica. Enter.
Separating the men, mighty. Separating the men, mighty Sultan.
Why have they separated the men? Okay. My turn once again.
Naam. We move,
Thessalonica
Sultan.
has been
I live to obey,
fortified.
Sultan. This is not a place for men to tread.
Who are
Let's take out this captain.
What?
Perfect.
Talk is cheap. Come face me.
I can see that they are trying to reinforce their garrison in Durazzo. Nafatun. Greek fire. Simply put. Let's raise a couple of Mamluk cavalry troops here. Smyrna. What can we build in Smyrna? a masjid, and later on we convert it to a city. We don't need another fort here. I mean, Caesarea is okay.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
The Byzantine trade
You
has been
control
completely
access to this
blocked
port
now.
Sultan.
I have choked off their economy and like a major chunk of it. There is literally no way for them to...
I serve your will. The Sultan has it.
Oh,
Take their wealth.
well, there's no way for them to recoup from the losses that I am incurring upon them. The bazaar, irrigation, town watch. Town watch is okay. Alchemist's lab. And recruitment for halberd militia. We also need archers here. The reason I'm trying to put a garrison in these frontier towns is because when the Mongols and Timurids successively when they come and attack us, the only way to fight them is by holding the cities that you have. Nothing else works. You can't face them in the field unless you're like very, very strong. We need a numerical edge over them that is, in most cases, unrealistic. They are very strong, simply put.
Sultan,
Now
how may I
we
serve,
have
Sultan?
our cavalry troops
Na'am.
ready.
How may I serve, Sultan? Demand. Forming up together, Sultan, as you will.
Perfect.
How may I serve, Sultan? Yalla.
And these
Orders.
ballistas
Na'am.
with these
How may I serve,
archers
Sultan? How may I
and
serve,
other
Sultan?
units.
We move, Sultan.
We are sending
We
a
rest
fairly
here
decent
until
force
dawn.
up north.
How may I serve, Sultan?
Sultan.
Sultan.
Spearmen,
Na'am.
archers.
As you will.
Perfect.
Joining the ranks.
We'll send more cavalry troops soon. Nicaea is now the main concern for us.
Sultan. Na'am.
We need to have any troops here. Gunsmith, catapult maker. Gunsmith is okay. We need gunpowder weapons sooner or later. We need them. Gaza, in Cairo, Dongola, Jeddah. Thessalonica. Okay. And let me send
How may I serve,
some
Sultan?
infantry troops.
Na'am.
Just,
We march.
fairly nearby.
What is the infidel's name?
So that when they try to encircle us, and in case we have to retreat, we have more troops nearby with whom we can. Okay. But I don't have a family member nearby. That's the problem. Oh, I do.
Shubadak.
The faction leader. In fact, I can call a jihad the next turn. I'll have more troops than these.
But I am not a dignitary. Assalamu alaikum. I do not seek trouble, Sadiq. Saida, noble ruler.
And turn. Byzantine Empire. The navy for the Byzantine Empire is coming to the rescue, but it's a very meager navy. And I can obviously see the effects that our economic sanctions have put on the Byzantine Empire. They are unable to recoup their losses. That is good.
Infidels to kill, Sultan! Our enemies will suffer!
Let's see if we can. How many troops do we need to join the jihad? 830.
Yes!
Let's see if we can. Too few troops again.
Infidels to kill, Sultan!
Perfect. Now we have. What are these? Mutatawiya? Fanatic. Or religious fanatics, more or less. Ghazis. And Turkomans. More Ghazis. Akinchi.
Shubadak! Infidels
And
to
what
kill,
I'll
Sultan!
do is I will
Na'am.
take some of these
Sultan.
troops
Orders.
from Second
We
Army
move, Sultan.
Yes!
and then continue to hire more troops. Turkomans. Perfect.
Shubadak! Yes, Sultan. Your enemies shall fall swiftly. Sieging
Maintain
the
siege.
Orders. The infidels' army will not survive. How may I serve, Sultan?
Perfect. Perfect.
As you will. Orders.
Ghazis and Akinchis. Sending them forward as well.
We move, Sultan. Na'am.
So the jihad is against Constantinople, but I
Yalah.
have of course used the
Continuing tomorrow,
opportunity
mighty
to
Sultan.
strike at
How may I
Nicaea
serve,
first.
Sultan?
Let me just
Na'am,
take
great
care of
Sultan.
these.
Orders, mighty Sultan. The sea is yours, great Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. We
Byzantine
have
trade
blockaded the
has
port
been
as ordered,
blockaded.
Sultan.
Sultan. Inshallah, we will smite this foe, Sultan.
5 turns they're going to
Inshallah,
surrender.
na'am.
Let's put 3 more units in Thessalonica, and we can rendezvous with the rest. In
Sultan.
fact, we can
Na'am.
do that now.
As you will. Urging our armies.
Ready, my Sultan.
So the Venetians are at war with us.
You should face trial for heresy.
I live to obey, Sultan. Give me a target,
Oh.
and I shall give it death.
He survived.
The sun sets on this one's life.
Na'am. Yalah,
Sending more
we rest
cavalry
here
troops up
until
north.
dawn.
Our economic condition is now comparatively much better. Let's see what else. Mining network. Thessalonica, Iconium. Let's make ballista towers. That ought to make the people feel a bit safer. These areas are poorly defended, but I can easily
Inshallah, the
summon
peace between us shall prevail.
strong armies in the vicinity without hassle. Perfect. And Durazzo will surrender in 5 more turns. Of course, we won't let it be that long. The Venetians have come forward with a crusading army to take control of the Holy Land. Now, let's teach the Venetians a lesson they will never forget. It gives us a perfect excuse to take over their holdings in Crete, Heraklion. see what's next.
As my Sultan wills. Noble one. Yes, noble master. An honor to serve.
Now let's join the jihad.
As my Sultan
Perfect.
wills.
And we can put
Sultan. We march.
2 of these troops in there. Road build policy.
An honor to serve. Naam, leading the men aboard.
Yes, Sultan.
Perfect.
We must anchor until morning.
We will reinforce their navy with this. Also, we have a couple of generals here. Let's reinforce our troops in this area so that we can call for a jihad when the need arises. So, Gaza. Okay, there's a population problem in Gaza. Why is that? Plague. Oh, that's very bad. Archery range, ballista maker, irrigation. It'll be okay in a couple of turns though. Dockyard for Cairo. What about Baghdad? Well, let's... No, we need archers. Archers, archers, archers. Strong archers. We'll take care of it when time comes. For now,
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Naam. As you will. Forming up orders. We march.
and
How may I serve,
what about this
Sultan?
one?
Yalla. Sultan. Orders.
Perfect.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. Naam. Joining the ranks. Sultan. Descend.
Our enemies.
Orders. We rest.
I am no diplomat, Sadiq. I am but Allah's.
How may I serve, Sultan?
Let's see, the Turks are going to attack Constantinople. They will have to move
Saida,
past
noble ruler,
our troops
but
though,
I am
which they
not a
won't.
dignitary.
Talk of desertion.
Orders. Naam.
These men might desert.
How may I serve, Sultan? Orders.
Let's take them out first.
Naam. How may I serve, Sultan? Orders. How
Disbanding
may I
the
serve,
deserters.
Sultan? Merging our armies. Naam.
Now
Sultan.
we merge with
Continuing
the
tomorrow, mighty
Sultan.
Sultan.
laying siege
We would see you
to
dead, heathen.
Nicaea.
Yes. Inshallah, none of them shall escape us. To battle!
If we attack Nicaea now, no, let's maintain siege
I
for
will
some
make
time
them
because I think
kneel
it would be
before
better if
you,
we had the
Sultan.
ballistas at hand.
Naam.
Also, I'm
Orders.
sending more
As you will.
reinforcements.
The sun sets on today's journey.
Grain exchange. Antioch, Caesarea, a masjid. That's good.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
And turn. Now we can use the excuse that the Venetians have started a war with us. We can use it as an excuse to attack the Venetian holdings in Mediterranean. We take Crete, and then we kick out the Byzantines, and at least this part of the Mediterranean, the eastern Mediterranean, will be completely under my domain. There's a crusading army meeting up a jihad army. I am not sure what happens next, but it is likely that they will engage in battle. Okay, the Venetians are trying to take back some of the islands that we supposedly deprived them of, although the Byzantines can say the same about those islands. And we are going to make sure that the Venetians don't get anything out of this conflict, to lose as a result of this conflict. Explorer's Guide. First things
Great
first,
Sultan.
Taking your men
land my
ashore,
forces
blessed
here.
Sultan.
Place
Noble one.
Heraklion under siege.
Yes, Sultan. We close for battle.
1, 2.
We shall endure outside their walls. Lay siege.
Perfect. Maintain
Do you wish
siege.
to take the
Orders, mighty Sultan. Na'am, great Sultan.
Byzantine
attacking
navy
the infidel
defeated
fleet.
in the area.
Victory, Sultan! Orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage! Like the weary camel, now we must rest.
If they do take this
Name the field of
settlement of
battle.
Rhodes,
We
we
will
can
meet you there.
always send another contingent to retake it. That's not a problem. But the Venetians are not going to get anything out of this
dear foe.
attempt at antagonizing us. I'll make sure that is the case. Archers, Mameluke archers, as many as we can afford. No, no problem. And let's send
How may
our
I serve,
cavalry
Sultan?
contingents forward.
Orders.
as my Sultan wills.
Let's
Noble
hope
one.
we can join the jihad.
As my
We
Sultan
can't.
wills.
Orders. Galah. Forming up together, Sultan.
See
Orders.
what now.
Na'am.
An honor to serve. Yes, noble master.
Khwarezmian cavalry.
An honor to serve.
Let's send
Sultan.
all these
Sultan.
non-jihadis back.
Yes, noble master.
No need for so many Mamluk archers.
As my Sultan wills. Na'am. Your men are out of sight,
Perfect.
mighty Sultan.
I will defeat you honorably, my worthy foe.
When they come here, we will ambush them.
God will see justice served in our battles.
An honor to serve.
Heraklion is going to fall in the next turn, and then we are going to deprive the Venetians of all the things that they've
Na'am.
strived so much for.
Galah. Sultan. Na'am. Sultan.
Nazis and whatnot.
Set forming up together, Sultan.
Now let's attack Nicaea.
There shall be no mercy for these infidels.
Can we attempt a night attack? Excellent.
The infidels do not deserve life. Take it
When we
from them.
attempt a night attack, it's like a surprise attack, because back in the day, armies did not really like to fight in the dead of the night, because it was very hard to differentiate between friendly and hostile troops. Now we're doing exactly that. Let's send them forward to break the walls. I want to use my ballistas to take out any tower defenses that they may have.
Our men are under attack. We need to act.
Now let's send our other ballistas to counter their attacks. Let's send all the Ghazis and all these infantry troops forward to fight.
Our men are under attack. Allah is glorious. We have taken the walls. It is time we captured
Let's
this
go
place.
and face off against these troops. And what about these ones? Drop the ram. Go and face off the enemy. These are cheap infantry units. I don't have any use for them except for this battle. I mean, except for the short-term battle. Compared to, let's say, the Byzantine infantry, these troops are virtually useless. Cannon fodder. But they're troops nonetheless. Now I would ask you to stand back.
Our foe fights with horns made of clay.
Let's
We
go
are winning
and
the
shower
battle.
them with arrows. Oh, perfect. If these units fail, we then bring in the cavalry to finish up
Our
the job.
foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
But they do have a very strong morale though. Speaking of morale, most of them are routed. It's kind of funny. But still, I mean, considering that these troops had no chance whatsoever to face off against the Byzantine army like this, they still have done that. And they have done that very excellently. Let me just see what happens next. The catapults are taking a toll on our people.
The enemy are badly bloodied. We have lost half their men.
They're causing losses in their own city. But I guess that's not really as important as defending their position here. Now I move in with the cavalry. Is there a Ghazi here? Armenian archers. Those skirmishers. We have to advance and fight. We haven't lost any units that matter to us. All these units are pretty much, well, I'm sorry to say that, but they're important to our cause here, but in the long term, these units are worthless.
Orders completed, my king.
And that there's a reason why these units don't cost anything. Okay, face the melee then.
Victory is well within our grasp. In time, our foe will surely see this and lose heart.
I will keep my general outside.
Victory is well within our grasp. In time, our foe will surely see this and lose heart.
Okay, now we are losing a lot of our precious cavalry troops, but let's see them do this when we come for them. It's because of the way the battlefield, this town, the way this whole area is organized. It's impossible to avoid getting hit by these troops. Come on, hit them, hit them,
Allah
hit
have
them.
mercy.
Charge.
We have lost half of our men. Victory is well within our grasp. In time, our foe will surely see this. Our men have taken control of the city.
Perfect. We have won now. But just take a look at the carnage. Take a look at all the deaths. All the losses. That is just... And they've also caused a lot of
Victory
damage to
is
their own
ours.
buildings, but...
Let victory be a salve upon our wounds well earned.
And just look at how much we have lost. Granted, most of it was useless infantry troops from my jihad calling,
As the infidels would.
but
Such is the fate of all infidels who face.
Nicaea, sack the
I
settlement.
swore they would regret resisting us, Sultan, and they do.
Let's repair and retrain our troops as much as we
Orders.
can.
Na'am. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. How may I
Perfect.
serve, Sultan? Sultan. 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 Na'am.
Now let's... why can't I go inside
Sultan.
this? Oh, because of the Byzantine army
Talk is
standing
cheap.
outside?
Come face me!
How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan?
Name the field of
There
battle.
is a
We will
Byzantine
meet
army
you there.
nearby,
Orders.
and I think I need to face them. I've taken Nicaea though, that's one big leap for our cause here. Oh god,
Yalla,
this
my
army
Sultan
is
wishes
now
you dead.
revolted.
How may I serve, Sultan? We move, Sultan.
Let's reinforce
We rest here
them
until
unless
Talk
we
is
attack
cheap.
here.
Come face.
Parlez-vous français?
But in 3
No,
turns, the Byzantines are going to
imbecile.
surrender anyway.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Blockading the foreigner's port. Na'am, great Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet. The infidel... Orders, mighty Sultan.
Perfect. Hungarians are here.
We
Let's
must
bring
anchor
our
until
navy
morning.
around.
As my Sultan will.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
Perfect.
Sultan. Na'am. Yalla. The infidels' army
Attacking
will not
the
survive.
enemy.
We
Attacking
dance with
the
death
enemy
this day, but
and
never
using
with
our
the dead.
numerical superiority to wipe out their presence in Anatolia. The Byzantines are now going to be confined to Constantinople and Durazzo. Of course, Durazzo is under siege, so only Constantinople. Now I want all of my archer units to move forward and attack them. Loose formation. Inaccurate, but still can't risk it. And this is the Byzantine field army in Anatolia, and we have now set upon to ensure their complete destruction. This was a close one. This was a close one. Let me just circle around and take out their cavalry troops, and we can do that. It's an open field. They don't have the numbers to block our path. Attack them there. Attack them there. Perfect. Bringing our reinforcements forward, not that we need them. Okay. Attacking them further. Attacking them.
Victory is well within our grasp. In time, our foe will surely see this and lose heart.
So we've taken out their catapults. Attack them now. pretty much a slaughter at this point. It is, yes, complete rout for the Byzantines.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Let's speed it up. There's
The enemy
no
general
more
flees
battle
like an old
anymore, it's
woman.
just a slaughter.
Attack! Praise to Allah. You have left our enemy lost. They run like children. Scour them from the
No,
fields.
Scour them, as they say. Scour them from the field. Perfect. And we have
Great
completely
victories are like sweet
annihilated
nectar.
the enemy's
Come,
forces
let us drink
in
of them all.
Anatolia. Anatolia is truly and rightly ours now.
Long live the warriors of Islam! How may I serve, Sultan? No mortal man may walk this path.
Cannot go through an enemy
Orders.
zone of control.
Sibni Lawadi, infidel!
Perfect. Restrain all these troops. Dockyard.
Na'am,
Is it
great
in order?
Sultan.
They have like the ability to defend Constantinople, so let Turks take Constantinople. The Venetians are here. Thessalonica.
Na'am,
Let's
Orders.
send more troops to defend
we move,
Thessalonica.
Sultan. Continuing tomorrow, mighty Sultan.
We can always hire more for our own needs. And the Venetians are under siege in Heraklion. Next turn we take on Heraklion. And Rhodes is going to be our next battlefield. This is where we are going to face off against the Venetians. Finally an upgrade for 2 of our strategic forts. Aleppo. What about the financial status? Perfect. Enter. So as soon as we wipe out the Byzantines from the map and push the Venetians outside of the Mediterranean, Eastern Mediterranean, we are pretty much done. Now is the time for ambushing, at least raiding this force of Venetians who've come to take on Jerusalem. And of course, while we are at it, we'll have to garrison Jerusalem as well. And we'll have more than enough money to do that. Oh, come on. I'll retreat in map, so I'll retreat further down.
Inshallah, most of us will see the sun set again, but the enemy...
Byzantines are wasting their opportunity to attack. I mean, the only thing they can do is to hope for a miraculous
Fortune
victory and
smiles on
attack.
our foes for the moment. Pray we can seduce fortune back to our side.
So if we retreat from inside the map, what happens is that we can retreat further back. Instead of a couple of paces, we retreat almost a safe distance. At least a safe distance.
Life is made of 2
The
days.
enemy won't
One
be
which
able
is sweet.
to pursue us. Yes, granted that this was
Your
cowardly,
men
but
are out
we
of sight,
saved a
my
lot of
son.
our troops that would have been otherwise
The
lost.
sun sets on today's journey.
The Byzantine Empire is almost done in this area. Well, as a matter of fact, so are the Venetians, because I'm going to take the fight to the Venetians and the Hungarians next. I'm okay with the Turks being where they are. I mean, I've got no problem with that. As long as...
Noble one, we have something for you.
Okay. 3 turns.
I see little my people need in your offer. Very well. Ma'azalama.
So the Moors might attack. But we can now garrison Tripoli. So strong. We can put a strong garrison in Tripoli. It's not a problem now. Oh, the Polish are coming. The Venetians are coming. Crusader armies are on the rise.
Sultan, how may I serve, Sultan? Galar, merging our armies. Orders. Joining the ranks.
Let's see. Merchant. Acre.
How may I serve, Sultan? Galar.
Let's hire some more troops from Acre. What else can we do? Bazaar is okay for trade. Bimbers reduce retraining cost reduced by 20%. Public health bonus. Darul Imama. Okay, perfect. Halberd militia, I guess. Is there anything we can do here? In Tripoli. Let's upgrade the walls. We will need stronger defenses in Tripoli.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
Orders.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Course set.
Until death!
Perfect. Defeated.
Victory, Sultan! Yes, Sultan.
How may I serve, Sultan?
Perfect here.
As you will.
Attacking the infidel fleet! The sea is yours, great Sultan! Like the wind.
I'm honored to serve.
Let's see if we can take it.
them honorably.
Rakion is now ours,
We have
occupying
prevailed.
the
These
city.
are now our people's lands.
Perfect. Repair. Retrain. And construction of a masjid is just great. Heraklion is our. Venetians have lost once again. Where are the Turks? Oh, there they are.
Na'am. Inshallah, we will smite this foe, Sultan.
Let's face the rebels in the field
Sultan,
now.
a most honorable victory.
This is by far the biggest rebel army we have faced so far in this scenario. I'm sorry for the hiccup. These are desert archers, spear militia. Let's see what we can throw at them. Let's go and Nightfires. And what do we have here? We will have to charge up the slope. It's not going to be easy, but there's no other way. And while we're at it, go and take out their flanks. Move forward. And now move. They have left it. I mean, why would they leave their strategic position it's almost impossible to, you know, fathom how anyone could make such a blunt strategic error. This is the perfect place for defending here. Perfect defensive position. Charge them.
For the victory is well within our grasp. In time,
Perfect.
our foe will surely see this and lose heart.
Now charge them from the rear. We have surrounded the
Our
enemy
men are
now.
under attack. We must act now.
Can
Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
let's see.
Our men are under attack. We need to act. Behold our worthless foe. See how only half the enemy force, brave men, have captured the enemy general. He pretends to be a lion, but he seems more an ostrich. Let him sit and watch how true lions fight.
Perfect. Where do we have the enemy troops?
All praise to Allah. You have left our
Now
enemy
let's
lost.
scour
They run
the
like children.
Field
Scour them from the field.
for our picks on the enemy troops. Let's take the perfect.
Victory is ours. A victory both righteous
Perfect.
and well deserved.
We lost a couple of men, but now we've swept the area clean of any rebel presence.
Long live the warriors of Islam!
Na'am, great Sultan.
Until death!
The Venetians have
The
suffered another
infidel surrenders the sea.
catastrophic
Course set.
defeat here. And I think Constantinople, where are they going to trade anyway?
Na'am. We move, Sultan.
Now,
How
we
may I
can
serve, Sultan?
somehow move forward and attack. Or retrain some of these.
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan?
Let's at least bring the
Orders.
cavalry.
Orders. Na'am. Sultan. Orders.
Perfect.
Sultan. Orders. How may I serve, Sultan? As you will.
Now let me
Splitting the
just
army.
reorganize these troops.
Sultan. Na'am. How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan.
40.
How may I serve, Sultan? Na'am.
Perfect.
How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. We move, Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Splitting our forces.
What else can we merge?
Sultan.
Let's get rid of these Ghazis.
How may I serve,
The
Sultan?
hardly ones.
Na'am. Orders. Na'am. Sultan. Order. As you will.
Okay.
Sultan. Na'am. Forming up
This
together,
is the
Sultan.
infantry
Orders.
army. And this is the cavalry force. The perfect raiding force. Turkomans. We will retrain our
Na'am.
forces and then attack Constantinople.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
The Venetians have retreated. let's see where we are right now. We control 22 regions and we have around 111 turns remaining to conquer 45 regions including Constantinople. Now
I seek an
comes
honorable
this
engagement.
Venetian army,
Yes, noble
which we are
master.
going to raid now.
This will be an honorable battle.
Now, the battle odds are against us, but we're not here to fight the Venetians to the end. We're just here to raid them, to weaken them, soften them to the point where when they come to Jerusalem and lay siege to the
Mighty
holy
Sultan,
city, if they
winds
do
of
get
fate
that
have
far,
turned against
we
us.
will be
The
able
foe
to
seems to be
deal
winning
with
the
them
battle.
in a more decisive manner. Perfect. The rest of this cavalry contingent is for melee combat, charging at the enemy. They got Pavise crossbowmen, very strong crossbowmen, pretty much standard for Venetian armies. I remember facing them, facing armies from the Venetian that consisted solely of these Pavise crossbowmen. Go and attack. Go and attack. Go and attack. These are heavy armored Khwarezmian cavalry. I like these troops. Fairly decent troops. Let me just move in position for now. We're going to do a feint retreat and we can come back another other time and attack them. Like most suits us. There's a gap there. Go and fill it. I want you to wheel around and surround the enemy general. Go. Forward. Let's see. Venetian general's bodyguards. Rally with the general. Let's go. On the hunt. Charge now. Perfect. What comes next? Sergeants. If you can drive a wedge through these, I mean, it's very hard to face the spearmen head on. I understand that. I think now would be a good time to call a retreat. Retreat.
Sultan, only half our force remains.
We only caused meager damage to the enemy, but it was still some damage done. All out retreat.
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory.
We have retreated so that we can live to fight another day.
And we gained only blood and shame from this battle.
So,
Our accursed
even though
enemy
it was a
rejoices
defeat,
amongst the blood of our fallen.
of course we were outnumbered almost 2 to 1, more than that. We did slay more enemy soldiers compared to our own losses.
I have failed you, men. We are beaten. Retreat!
Not to worry. We will return in greater numbers. Now the garrison of Aleppo.
Sultan. Orders.
The garrison of Aleppo. These
Sultan.
men are going to desert, so
Na'am.
let's place
As
them
you
at
will.
Antioch and try to stop them a second time. More cavalry archers. We can't really afford them. We can afford 2 of these Arab cavalrymen.
Na'am, great Sultan.
Venetian navy
Orders, mighty Sultan.
in...
Attacking the infidel
I think
fleet!
this is the Aegean or Adriatic. Maybe this is the Aegean. One of these is the Aegean
Orders,
Seas. I'm
mighty
not
Sultan.
very well versed in geography, but I do have somewhat
Na'am.
of an understanding of the subject.
We march, Sultan. We move, Sultan.
Okay. And
What is the infidel's name?
Danish Venetian
There
cardinal.
is a
Let's see if
target.
we can kill him. No.
You had in mind, yes? A gift from the Sultan.
Okay. In 2 turns, Duranzo is going to surrender, and the Byzantine Empire, as historically known, will be confined to Constantinople. Desertion. I have yet to encounter the Mongols. I think I'm actually glad I'm not encountering them right now. Right now is not the good time to do so. And after the Byzantines, I will deny the Venetians any trade privileges in the area. Now, you may have seen that they have recovered from most of their losses, and that is in part because the losses incurred upon the crusading armies, as long as the general lives, they can be recovered from those losses. But it becomes economically less and less viable for them to continue crusading so farther away from... Wait a second. Where am I? Damascus. Byzantines are, I think they're trying to negotiate with the Venetians, or vice versa. The Moors, I have no idea what they are up to. And the Turks lay siege on Constantinople. Now I hope the Turks are defeated, really do. If that is the case, this army is routed. I just simply move on to Constantinople and take it, without having to fight the Turks. Otherwise, I will have to take the surrounding territory first, ensure that my frontiers are secure with the Turks, and then take Constantinople. I've got 2 crusading armies in the Holy Land. It's good that they don't have an alliance of sorts, like they did in actual
Na'am, great
wars.
Sultan. Until death! The sea is yours, great Sultan! Orders, mighty Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet! The infidel surrenders the sea! We have blockaded... Na'am, great Sultan.
And
Orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage.
Perfect. Let's see what else can we do to garrison.
Na'am. As you will.
Jerusalem is fairly garrisoned now. Okay, so troops have deserted. I need to be in hot pursuit of the enemy. Let me
An honor
gather.
to serve.
Let's keep,
Orders.
forget about the retraining.
Na'am.
Let me gather all the
How may
men,
I serve,
reorganize.
Orders. Na'am. Sultan.
Perfect.
Na'am. Orders. How may I serve, Sultan?
Let's go and face the
Yes,
Polish
Sultan.
army.
We close for battle. Inshallah, we shall all find a way.
Deploy the army and start the battle in pretty much standard formation. These are also missile cavalry. Oh, this is not going to be good. Let's focus the attack on their infantry then. Rest of you retreat. We can only afford to spare so many men. My goal here is to incur as much damage as I can on these troops, town militia, spearmen, the infantry troops, because the infantry troops are the ones that carry siege equipment, right? They will have to be replaced, or maybe the enemy will take some time to recoup the losses. Yes, when I first encountered the Polish against while playing as the English, I detested them for these missile cavalry troops. Retreat. Let's go attack them.
Our men have fought much and are becoming tired.
I'm not retreating though.
Curse the sun that shines on our... We have gained only blood and shame from this battle.
Okay,
Our
but
accursed
still,
enemy.
we incurred upon them some losses.
Yes, this day belongs to the enemy. We must pull back now.
Now let's hire more troops.
Na'am. Sultan. Galar.
Let's see how many troops
How
we
may I
can
serve,
spare
Sultan?
to send down
Sultan.
south.
Yes, yes, noble master.
Na'am. Na'am. Sultan.
Next turn we're going to take them to Acre, let the Venetians besiege Jerusalem, and then we'll deal with them there and then. And what about desert archers? Well, for defending the city center we need some ballistas as well.
How may I serve, Sultan?
What about Baghdad? Constructions underway. Constructions. Huge stone wall. It is a defend. Settlement. Finally paved roads. Public order due to law. Much needed. Ballista towers. Much needed.
Orders. Remove
That's
Sultan.
okay. Let's keep it here. Smyrna. Grain exchange. Roads. Town hall. Let's see.
How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan.
Let's disband.
Orders. Na'am.
As my Sultan wills.
How may I serve, Sultan?
Nubian spearmen.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan.
Let's go and attack the
Until
fleet
death!
in the north.
The sea is your orders, mighty Na'am, great Sultan. Yes, Sultan.
Venetian fleet
Closing to
destroyed
engage.
in the area.
The infidel surrenders.
Disembarking, mighty Sultan.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
Let's bring
Yes,
them here the
Sultan.
next turn and try to the last turn for them to mount a counter offensive. They're going to
Orders.
lose otherwise.
How may I serve, Sultan? Yalla. We rest here until dawn. Orders. Sultan. As you will. The sun
Sending
sets
more
on today's journey.
reinforcements. Durazzo is going to capitulate soon enough, and the Turks are laying siege to Constantinople. My best bet is to hold off the enemy at the walls of Jerusalem, and I can actually. And I can hold them off the walls of Jerusalem. Now I definitely can, because I'll be able to reinforce the city even further. The Venetians have lost their chance. They had a chance, but they lost it. Now the Byzantines are either going to fight us or surrender.
Give the infidel nothing this day,
Now
except death.
comes the moment of truth. We have waited outside the walls of Durazzo for a very long time. If the Byzantines are able to successfully
For the moment,
send
the
us
secret
back,
smile of fortune shines upon us. Pray this is a portent of a victory. Our foe brings more men to the battle.
it's perfectly fine. Let's go and charge them. We are going to use only missile cavalry here for this fight. And the archer contingent is gone. Now they're trying to race towards the archer unit, trying to defend it.
Victory is well within our grasp. In time our foe will
But we
surely
will
see this
retreat
and
before
lose heart.
that happens. And do this. We have disrupted their lines. Perfect. Look at the carnage. Look at the death. The toll, death toll. And this is not an exaggeration. If anything, this is like downplaying it. Medieval warfare used to be much nastier than this. Now, the Byzantine infantry. Let's is around it. Go after it. Okay, don't. Charge at this one. Perfect. Going exactly as planned.
Our foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
Of course we are. They waited too long to face us in the field, and now we have them pretty much beat. This is the only formidable infantry troop that they have. I think the spear militia troop unit has a poor morale right now. A couple of strikes will be more than enough.
The enemy general flees like an old woman. Attack and break the will of his men. The cowardly enemy general has been captured while running away. Guard him. For the present, our enemy flees before us like a herd of goats.
Perfect.
Drive them from the battle.
Let them take care of these troops. You go and begin attacking the other contingent. Let the general take care of them. Charge from behind. Harass from the front. And we have cut down this unit here. Send them backwards. Don't engage the spearmen. It could be a very costly.
Only half the enemy force remains. We must pray they lose their will to fight.
The enemy forces have been withered down significantly. I think they will escape. We've got more pressing issues here. Perfect. We have successfully weathered, and this horse died from one of our bolts, and that happens all the time. Now charge. Charge from the rear as soon as they turn to face that charge. We will charge from the front. Now charge from the front.
Praise to Allah. You have left our enemy lost. They run like children. Scour them from the field.
We'll just take care of the Byzantine general bodyguard, and that will be all.
Victory is ours.
Perfect.
A victory both righteous and well
With
deserved.
minor losses, we have defeated this force, and now we can take over Durazzo.
Peace on us.
Ransom objective, obvious, because we don't have the money for it. But they will attack the Turks now, and I'm hoping that the Turks are defeated, and I assume that they will be. And I was correct in assuming that. The Byzantines have successfully managed to defend Constantinople. Although they have lost Durazzo, and now Constantinople is all that
All
remains
praises due
of
to
their
Allah
city.
for granting this victory. These lands are ours.
What is the situation here? I guess sack, and that's pretty much it. The Russians, the Moors. Okay, the Russians seem to be making a diplomatic move here. No, they're not. Corinth.
I bring word from my people, noble lord.
Oh, perfect. In fact, we would like to trade map information as well.
Your plan seems balanced. That is all.
Oh, perfect.
Farewell.
The Polish are also at the gates of Jerusalem. We will have to guard the city now, defend the city against a possible siege. Excellent.
Sultan,
Oh no, I can't
Orders.
really get these units through.
orders. Remove Sultan.
Let's see if we can mount another successful attack. Smyrna. There's a problem here. Let's go for financial build policy. We have conquered Durazzo. Let's make a small masjid here. We will need some troops
Sultan. Yalar.
in
Orders.
Thessalonica.
Remove Sultan.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Until death!
Perfect.
The sea is yours, great Sultan! Attacking the infidel fleet! Orders, mighty Sultan. Until death!
How may I
Perfect
serve,
again.
Sultan?
Let's
We march.
reinforce Nicaea. And what else can we do? Iconium. Iconium needs military drill squares. Okay, let's improve the public order. Yeah. Adana needs a shipwright. Caesarea needs. What do they need? No, nothing. Antioch is okay. Aleppo is okay. Baghdad under construction. Under construction. Under construction. Under construction. Under construction. Construction underway. Let's see what else. A dockyard. Perfect. Please have paved roads by now. Oh, thank God. Merchant's Wharf is fine. What do we have in Heraklion? Citadel, an upgrade to a stronger fort. Okay, let's do it. Corinth. Let's recruit more troops here. Alexandria's fine. Rest of the settlements are fine.
Na'am.
I
How may
will
I serve,
send one
Sultan?
general
Noble one.
alongside all these
Orders.
troops
Sultan.
to Gaza to reinforce Jerusalem as and when needed. And I need
Yes, noble
an
master.
army of
How may I serve,
cavalry
Sultan?
contingent,
Na'am,
technically,
na'am,
to
na'am.
We shall set an ambush,
secure
Ya Sultan.
Jerusalem in case of a siege. We will move in as soon as there is a siege.
Inshallah. the
They
peace
have
between us
prepared
shall
another
prevail.
crusade, another jihad force to try and take
How
Constantinople,
may I serve, Sultan?
and works well for us. Turks are weakening
Orders.
themselves trying to take Constantinople, but most importantly, they're weakening the citizens of Constantinople, the city itself. The city
Sultan.
is now
How may I
more
serve,
vulnerable to my
Sultan?
attack than it was
How
would
may I
have been
serve,
otherwise.
Sultan?
Is it possible to retrain these troops?
How
I
may I
guess not.
serve, Sultan?
These are my
Na'am.
best men,
Na'am,
the best
Sultan.
of my all
Na'am.
my cavalry
Orders.
archers.
How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan. Orders. Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan? Orders.
We would see you
Let's
dead,
see.
heathen.
In case of a siege, you can defend this place. Not a big deal. Public order is because of religious problems and others. Let's go for a growth build policy here.
Sultan.
Treasury total is fine. We're running a slight current account deficit, but that is to be expected considering how much we are spending on upgrades and whatnot pretty much everywhere. Even in Jerusalem, it is about to be attacked, but we're not going to lose Jerusalem this time.
Orders.
Let's hire some archers. Enter. We will have to besiege Constantinople on two fronts. That's the only way. The Turks are wrong in their approach. Constantinople is way too well defended for a single army to take. And now the Venetians are going to attack Jerusalem.
The infidels wait at our gates, Sultan. It is a siege.
No problem. We will destroy the Venetian naval fleet, cut off their retreat, and then chop them down to a man. No mercy. The Turks might just be able to take Constantinople. I mean, they need to concentrate their defenses on Constantinople, but of course, they also need to expand their businesses and whatnot if they are to secure the city. The Moors, Turks again, moving in to attack Constantinople. We have secured trade rights with Denmark. This is nice. Oh god, this heretic here, let's take care of him first. Okay, sure. Why not? The Lord Mayor of London has issued a proclamation of the banning of some violent mob behavior which the commoners seem enamored with. And whereas there is a great uproar in the city through certain tumults arising from the striking of great footballs in the fields of the public, from which many evil purchants may arise, which may, God forbid, we do command and do forbid on the king's behalf upon pain of imprisonment, and such games shall not be practiced henceforth within the city. Now that this law has been passed, the establishment are confident that these football events have no chance of becoming an obsession of religious proportions. Well, of course, that's exactly how it turns out in the future. It doesn't. Wait, I need to assassinate the Turk? No, it doesn't really. No, I don't think this mission is at all reasonable.
Admiring the enemy, eh?
Na'am, great Sultan. Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage! The infidel orders, mighty Sultan! Attacking
Not
the
allowing
infidel
the
fleet!
navy to...
The sea is your orders, mighty Sultan.
not allowing them to
Inshallah, our wind
draw
shall...
up
As
their
my Sultan
defenses
wills.
for anything.
How may I serve, Sultan? Sultan! How may I serve, Sultan?
Na'am, great Sultan. Yes,
Na'am, mighty Sultan. Heading ashore.
Perfect.
Orders,
Now I
mighty
have
Sultan.
further reinforced Thessalonica.
Na'am, great Sultan. Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage! Victory, Sultan! Attacking the infidel fleet! The sea is yours, great Sultan! Inshallah, our wind shall... Orders, mighty Sultan! Yes, Sultan! Yes, Sultan! Closing to engage!
Perfect.
The infidel surrenders the sea! Na'am, great
The
Sultan!
Venetians are losing their naval capability in the region very, very sharply. Must be very bothersome for them.
I will defeat
They're
you
building siege
honorably,
equipment, so
my
they're going
worthy
to
foe.
lay siege to the city.
Our enemies will suffer.
Now let's make some more troops. And what about cavalry? Mamluk.
Yes.
Garrison in Acre. In case they take Jerusalem, we strike them then. It makes no sense to do anything rash here. We can defend Jerusalem at least against this one siege army. Let's normalize the tax rates. Population growth is improving. Population growth. Cannon towers. Military drill squares. Perfect.
An honor to serve. Of course, Sultan.
Let's also recruit some soldiers for the city's defense. Anything to build here? Nothing. Nicosia, a dockyard would be fine. Market would be fine. Smyrna market would be fine. Nicaea, Iconium, Caesarea. Heavy armorer is okay. Adana, Baghdad, Corinth. Let's just leave it like that. Let's go for a shipwright here. Before the paved roads, before a shipwright. And okay, fairly decent amount of soldiers here. We can hold out for some time. We had an imam here, if I recall correctly.
Yes,
Oh,
Sultan.
a merchant.
Establishing trade, Great Sultan. Your plan, Great Sultan? Bringing in
Perfect.
new trade, Sultan.
Yes, noble master. Sultan. We move, Sultan.
Let's send a contingent
We
of
rest here
cavalry
until dawn.
archers behind their lines and then turn. I'm not bothered by much of what is going in Central and Western Europe. I think as long as I control most of the Balkans and what I control already, I will win the game without having to go deeper into Western territories. Although I will have to take on Italy and some other regions in the Cisalpine Gaul, maybe. What is modern day France, though, technically? Let's see if the Turks try another attempt, make another attempt at taking Jerusalem. Oh, sorry, Constantinople. No, they're not doing that. They've wheeled around. It's suspicious. They might try to wheel around and attack us. And if that is the case, it would not be to our benefit. The Papal States need to be chastised as well, I guess. They're calling in crusade after crusade against our territories. So there have been some desertions. Nevertheless, we now continue with a renewed commitment to taking Constantinople.
Na'am. Sultan. Na'am. How may I serve, Sultan? Na'am. As you will. Urging our armies. Yalla.
Perfect.
Continuing tomorrow, mighty Sultan.
See if we can assist them. Suppose we can. As soon as they come here, we will greet them with a
As my Sultan wills.
contingent of our best
Sultan.
cavalry in the region.
We could lay a trap here, if you will.
And then we take on Constantinople. Or
Orders,
at least
mighty
try to.
Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Blockading the fort. Orders, mighty Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet. Victory, Sultan. Until death.
The Venetians,
The sea is
and
yours,
Venetians,
great
ironically,
Sultan.
we're defeating the Venetians, and ironically, they were very, very good shipbuilders.
Na'am, great Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet. Victory, Sultan. Like the weary camel, now we must rest.
Let's blockade their trade routes. Assassin, we don't have an assassin.
Na'am.
What's this?
Sultan.
Kill these troops in order to meet them there.
I seek an honorable engagement, dear foe.
So the
It will
Polish.
be an honor to defeat you, dear foe.
Na'am. We march.
Let's bring
Sultan.
other cavalry
Orders.
archers.
Yalla.
There.
Forming up together, Sultan.
Perfect. Upgrade to Citadel. That's okay. Corinth. Better agricultural facilities, I guess, are needed. A shipwright.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
Perfect.
Inshallah, our wind shall be fair. Until death! The infidel surrenders the sea. Yes,
Let's
Sultan.
dock here and get some more reinforcements. Because we do need the best ships in the sea here, at least in the Mediterranean. We need to dominate the naval aspect of this area. Trade is going fine. Projected profits are low, but totals are more than adequate.
Orders.
Small muster. Enter. The Western powers are, as I anticipate, busy with their own fighting. Okay,
Inshallah.
so the Venetians have finally decided to
But the enemy.
breach the walls of Jerusalem and take the city by force. Okay, fair enough.
Fortune smiles on our foes for the moment. Pray we can seduce fortune back to our side.
So, as I gather from the force, they're going to come in straight from the gates, and these are ladders, 2 of them. Now I need some of my best men. Here. Need to be able to station some of them here. Some of them here. Saracen militia here. Here. No, here instead. Yes. Perfect. And all the arrows are obviously going to fire these special arrows. Start battle. If we can destroy these siege towers, most of our problems will be gone. Perfect, we are manning the walls as expected of us, and I kind of hope that this ram is destroyed somehow.
The ladders have reached the walls. Defend your homes and women. Let them go no further.
There's this single unit of religious fanatics. So let's just retreat here. I think we are more than capable of killing these lot.
That thrice cursed siege tower has reached our walls. Hold, Great One. Those cursed vipers are at our gates with their ram.
It's not time for skirmishing. We need to hold them here.
Our men are under attack. We must act now.
It would not be wise to let them deploy in force. We can try and defend the center, but the sheer numbers, with the numbers, they can try to overpower us. How well do these fanatics fight? Apparently not so well.
Curses! The enemy's ram has breached our gates.
Okay. We have cleared this section of the wall. Move to this section. Perfect. Let them come in, and we will. This is a choke point. So what is happening here is that despite having the numerical edge, the enemy is kind of trapped. There is no way for them to break past these lines except for having to fight all of us
News comes
individually.
unlooked for. The enemy have taken our walls.
We weren't able to do any damage to these siege towers. Okay, it's perfectly fine. As long as we hold out here and not let the enemy through, it should be fine. I don't... Oh, okay, I'm seeing the enemy is routing, yes. Sorry, we are routing, not the enemy. The enemy is routing us. Oh, they have the superior troop qualities, of course. We have routed a lot of their troops too. These dismounted feudal knights are very adamant right now. I was hoping that these towers would go up in flames and the ram would be destroyed. They would have to go back and get another ram and stuff like that. But that's not what happened. We had the best infantry that we could afford at this stage, but I guess no, it was not all that was needed to fight here. There's still hope for to cause as much damage as we can. I mean, there's no point retreating, right? We can cause as much damage as possible right now and come back later and put the city under siege if they do take
Sultan,
it.
only half our force remains.
I guess it's only a matter of time they have overpowered us.
Our enemy has command of the city. Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle. We will taste ashes instead of victory.
So yeah, they have taken control of the city center. Jerusalem is now theirs. They may actually decide to slaughter the
Quickly, Almighty
population. If
One,
they do,
men are under attack.
it will cost
We
me
need to
dearly
act.
to rebuild everything.
We have gained only blood
Yes,
and shame from this
so
battle.
the Venetians
Our
eventually
accursed
won.
enemy rejoices amongst
We were
the
only
blood
able
of
to
our
incur
foe.
upon them slight damage, not a lot.
Hiding
But
as the infidels would.
we will trap them inside these walls now. The Polish, on the other hand, can be persuaded for a ceasefire, maybe.
Now I must rest, Sultan.
Let's see. Facing the Venetians in the field.
We dance with death this day, but leave her with the infidel.
Set out on pilgrimage in triumph, gloriously over the infidels in the east. Orderic Vitats, I have no idea what this guy is. But he's probably saying this in reference to the Crusades. At least that's the only thing that makes sense. Flaming arrows. Fire at will. Retreat behind these scorpions or these ballistae. We'll see
Our
if
men
the
are under
ballistae
attack.
can attack.
We must act now.
We are showering them with as much arrows as we can. These are mostly Pavise crossbowmen. And this is the best thing about the Pavise crossbowmen. Look at how they guard their rear with these shields and then fire their crossbows when they can.
men are under attack. We must act now.
Now let's watch the crossbows in action. So sorry, these ballistas in action. And fire. Let's try and hit the main
Men are
line
under
with
attack.
these ballistas.
We need to act.
I'm confident we will win this battle. They have suffered some casualties too, but the Pevise crossbowmen are very adamant.
Our men are under attack. We
Now
need to act.
comes the part where we can do some serious damage to the enemy. We are sending bolt after bolt of arrow volleys and these ballista ammunition down the enemy's throat. As noted earlier, the siege equipment, siege weapons like ballistas, are not very accurate, but when they hit, they can cause devastating losses
Our men are under attack.
to any
We must
force.
act now.
Feed them death and hell! Feed
Let's
them
send our
death
infantry
and
forward
hell!
to face crossbowmen. And concentrate arrow fire on the second line instead of the first one. And that was a hit to instead a single hit. Trying to disrupt the Pevise crossbowmen from occurring upon us, the sort of damage that they are. And this must be very horrible to fight them. Of course they're breaking because they can't really stand getting shot at by their own troops. There's death either way, but it's okay. The Venetians have advanced further.
Units! Feed them death and hell!
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory.
Dismounted feudal knights.
Feed them
Now
death
nice
and
attack.
hell!
Our cavalry comes in, finally drive out this unit, routed.
Feed them death and hell!
Our men are under attack. We need to act.
Let's attack. Now I will take care of the Pevise crossbowmen. And charge at the Pevise crossbowmen. Arab cavalry in Anatolia charging at the Europeans. It used to happen back in the day of the Abbasids, but it's been a very, very long time since the Arabs ever were so expansionist. Take care
You're under the guard! Units, charge!
The PVC
Only
crossbowmen
half the enemy force
have
remains.
good morale, but
must pray
they
they
are,
lose their
after
will
all,
to
missile
fight.
troops, not very good at melee attacks.
Rejoice! Victory is well within our grasp.
Perfect.
Time our foe will surely see this and lose heart.
Let me take care of that unit there.
All praise to Allah. You have
Perfect.
left our enemy lost. They run like children. Scour them from the field.
And that's pretty much it.
Cavalry! Attack!
All praise to Allah. This
Perfect.
is a most crushing
We
victory.
have suffered serious losses, but we were able to defeat the Venetians fairly well. And some rejected, which means that okay, the Venetians only have this presence in Jerusalem. We have to take back, which we will shortly. Let's make peace with the Polish as well while we're at it. The Papal States are becoming a nuisance for calling in crusades against Jerusalem. We'll have to do something about them as well. The rebels roam free.
Yes, noble master. Yes. We shall noble one.
Let's
At once.
rendezvous our
I will
forces,
bring our forces as my sultan wills.
and now we can think of seriously threatening Constantinople. Let's focus our shift towards a more people-friendly policy here.
Naam, great Sultan. Orders, mighty Sultan. Attacking the infidel fleet! The sea is yours, great Sultan! Orders, mighty Sultan. Combining fleets. Horse said.
Retrain. Perfect.
Naam, great Sultan. Until death!
We are not
Victory,
giving
Sultan!
them any respite whatsoever. The Venetians need to
Yes,
be out of
Sultan.
the sea. Growth policy. We have lost some of our generals, I guess. Unrest. Perfect. Baghdad, what could be here? Let's see what we need here. Is an armorer. We need better quality in troops. Docklands. We need superior armor. That is for sure. Now we have these Pavisa crossbowmen and religious fanatics and whatnot
Naam,
within the
the
city.
infidels' army will not.
Our Naam Sultan.
How may I serve, Sultan? How may I serve, Sultan?
We move. Forming a force the infidels will fear. Inshallah, none of them shall engage me or be gone.
The Polish navy is here in the Sea of Galilee, but I mean there is no port here. There's no way for me to destroy this fleet. What are the Poles going to do now? Let's see if we can persuade them to leave. We've put Jerusalem under siege now,
Orders, mighty Sultan.
and we will soon retake it from the Venetians. As for Constantinople, the Turks have once again disappeared, and they are very unreliable
Noble
in
one.
this regard.
Orders.
What else
Na'am.
can we do here? Reorganize
How may I serve,
our
Sultan?
troops a bit. Not to worry, Constantinople is our next move.
Sultan. Na'am. As you will. Orders. How may I remove Sultan? Joining the
Perfect.
ranks.
Retraining here. Enter.
We have blockaded the port as ordered, Sultan.
What do the Spaniards want? I hope it's good news. Can really use some good news.
I bear a message that you would be wise to heed.
Map information, map information.
You truly have... Goodbye. It has been a pleasure.
Perfect. Venetians have a military presence in the area. The Crusades are over though. I think we should withdraw from the
They
battle.
fight like a cornered snake. Pull back. The sunset
Okay,
from
we are
today's journey.
at an elevated plain now. This area will be better for defending. Let's see.
Show no
Fight
fear
this
to the
on the
infidel.
battlefield myself. But those who once fought against brothers are in a rightful fight against the barbarians. Barbarians is a very commonly used phrase in the European language. Well, people use it without even understanding what it means. Let's place our troops here. Let's put the archers like this. God. Perfect. Archers like arrows. Skirmish modes disable. And that's it. Let's wait for them to come. What do they have though? They have siege equipment. And strong infantry. Stronger than ours. Let's place this infantry a bit backwards here. Like this. Let them come. My forces, though weak, are placed strategically at the best possible location. I will wait for the Byzantines to make their move. They're sending their infantry first. There is a catapult unit though. Okay, so we can attack them now. And we are attacking them. Perfect. They're bringing their infantry first, and we are attacking them downhill. Let me... They're going to attack now. Now sending my infantry to attack. So what is happening to them is that they are getting struck down by fiery arrows down the slope, which is like easier. The probability of being struck down by an arrow this way is more than otherwise. We have routed the infantry. One of our archer units is routed as well. Byzantine heavy infantry. Fierce melee has now initiated. Attack these suits. Stop attacking their own units. Now we are pressing against them downslope.
Four fights with horns made
Which
of
is
clay.
naturally
We are winning the battle.
a stronger position to be in a melee fight. Let's just speed it up a bit. Perfect. Shower them with as many arrows as possible. Reduce their numbers
The
to
enemy are badly bloodied.
meaningless.
They have lost half
state.
their men.
Disengage. Let the archers take care of them.
The enemy general flees like an old
Our men have fought much.
Perfect.
and are becoming tired.
Perfect, perfect. Kill as many as possible. Now I want you to go and kill the remaining siege troops, catapults and whatnot. You have to charge down, run, because if you don't run, you'll be hit. No, you see the carnage, the destruction. A single volley hit us.
Foolish general was bolder than a rooster and allowed himself to be slain in battle.
Their siege equipment is the one that is best in us.
Our cursed foe has stolen victory from us like a thief
So,
in the night.
Like,
They will not be so
I
fortunate
kind of
next
understand we had poor infantry quality, but we fought our best. We did our
Infidels'
best.
plan has worked. We are beaten. We rest here until dawn.
Let's see. I think the Poles might try to lay siege to one of our other cities. If that is the case, we need an ambassador, a diplomat, to talk to them. Let's negotiate a truce of some kind. The Venetians are still under siege.
Orders? How may I serve, Sultan? As you will. Forming up
Perfect.
together, Sultan.
What about in Iraq? Acre, the citadel now. Ballista towers, much needed. Do we have ballista towers here? Aleppo, Antioch, Adana, Iconium.
Saida, noble ruler, but I am not a dignitary.
Yes, Sultan. Paving the way for new trade.
There shall be no mercy for these infidels. We showed the
Let's
enemy no
keep back,
mercy, Sultan.
I would say, 2 of these. I think, why can't we move from here? We should be able to move from, for some reason we can't.
Yes, Sultan.
Now we have
Your
begun
enemies shall fall
our journey
swiftly.
to take
Set watch
the
patrols. We rest here.
capital of the Byzantine Empire,
As
or
my
pretty much
Sultan
all
wills.
that remains of the Byzantine Empire,
This will be an
Constantinople.
honorable battle.
Despite
Sultan.
our earlier defeat,
Yalah.
we were able to incur upon
How
the
may I
enemy
serve,
devastating
Sultan?
losses that they
Orders.
would not soon
How may I
recover from.
serve, Sultan?
Orders, mighty Sultan.
Ragusa can be placed under siege the next turn.
Na'am.
Let me send more troops
How may I
up north
serve?
to
Remove,
Thessalonica.
Sultan. Continue.
Naam, great Sultan. Course set.
Perfectly done.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
Can't retrain at the moment. We can train more though. We can train a dockyard. The Venetians are now under siege,
We
and
shall
I'm
end
going to
this
assault
day
them.
as victors. Give the
I know the
infidel
odds are
nothing
not
this day.
in like very clearly in my favor, but I feel that I need to attack repeatedly. Even if I have to attack like 2-3 times, I will do that. I need Jerusalem back. It's a matter of pride right now. Now defending the center. Let me take out the front doors.
Our enemy's gates have fallen!
Let's take out the towers first. They're coming to reinforce the city walls. We'll send our archers forward. These Khwarezmian cavalry troops.
Cowardly enemy have lost the walls. Send your troops to take the rest of the settlement. Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory. Our men are under attack. We need to act.
That's perfectly fine. This unit was going to desert anyway, so
Curse the sun
whatever
that
losses they
shines on
can
our
do, they can do.
disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory.
Let's take out the other tower as well.
Our men are under attack. We need to act.
Let's take out the towers. They have divided their forces in half. see. Who is it that's running? Pavise crossbowmen, feudal knights, peasants. Pavise crossbowmen. Pavise crossbowmen. Mailed cavalry, religious fanatics, billmen. A fairly decent force. Let's take out this tower as well. Let's go and face them in melee with our infantry contingent. Dismounted Arab cavalry. Let's take out the other tower as well. I think
Curse
if
the
we
sun that shines
fall
on our
back right
disgrace.
now and
Just
come
turn
back
the wind of battle,
another
or
time
we will
to
taste
attack
ashes instead
them,
of victory. Men are
these
under
towers
attack.
would still
We need
be
to act.
destroyed. They won't be able to use these towers to rain arrows at us. Perfect.
Our men are under attack. We need to act.
Let's go and teach them a lesson. Or learn one ourselves. Let's call a retreat.
Allah have mercy. We have lost half of our men. Our army is tiring. Our men have been ground like wheat at the mill by our foe. Long
Yes,
will
we lost a lot of men. And
They
It
fight
wasn't
like
for
a
much.
cornered snake. Pull back! An honor to the Sultan. Yes, noble master.
Sultan. Naam.
they will have
How
to
may I
repair
serve,
these
Sultan?
defenses soon.
Sultan.
Noble one. Yes, Sultan. We
Before they
close
do, I
for
put them
battle.
under another siege.
Laying siege to the enemy. Awaiting your order to strike, Sultan.
Naam. Orders. We march. We rest here until dawn.
Face me in the open. It will be glorious.
Well, I will. You know what? I just might do that.
Yes, yes, noble master.
Constantinople is now our prime target,
Naam,
but
great
so is
Sultan.
Jerusalem, our own territory, that has been stolen from us by the Venetians. The Venetians and the Poles and the Hungarians. The Hungarians are neutral now, all of a sudden. Okay, so the Venetians and the Poles are now our target. No, unwise to expose our empire on two fronts, though. The Mongols are going to take off most of these territories. As I can gather from this map here, I mean the color of this Kiev region is controlled by the Mongols. What else? Shisha bar is nice. Enter. I think the Spanish are going to
We will
probably just retreat.
redeem ourselves! Regroup! Moving away from the enemy walls, Sultan!
They have brought out most of their army, perhaps for another offensive. They have forsaken the safety of the walls.
We would ask you to lower your swords and hear us out.
At war for 12 turns. Make demand, give us Jerusalem.
Let us leave this point. Until next
Okay.
time.
Your loss. Now withdraw automatically.
I have failed you, men. We
No
are
problem.
beaten. Retreat!
Block their retreat, cut down their men, take Jerusalem back, and then we will talk of peace. It mostly serves me well if I make peace with the Venetians after I take Jerusalem, of course, because that way I will be able to concentrate my attacks possibly next time on the Turks. Because the Turks are going to mess up things, whether they're going to take Constantinople themselves or whether I will be taking Constantinople and they'll attack me. Or I can just launch a naval expedition, a very, very ambitious naval expedition to take the Papal States. Spanish army is neutral. Quickly send a
Nuh-uh.
unit to
We shall end
blockade
this day
their
in
retreat.
triumph, besieging the
Orders?
How may I
And
serve,
now I
Sultan?
organize all the
Nuh-uh.
forces that I have
How may I serve, Sultan?
to face
Infidels' army will
this
not
captain
survive.
in
We
battle.
shall not fall or flee.
Let's start deployment, and I think we can just send our flanks forward, attack them, and attack them from here as well. Okay, so engage them on the flanks with the cavalry, archers. They have lots of Pavise crossbowmen, mailed knights, and all sorts of troops in there. Let's move in and smash past their lines as soon as we can. Send 3 of these in the rear. We need to envelop rear. Now attack. Caught the center off guard. attack. Another charge. Down the slope.
Battle appears to be running in our
All
favor.
these religious
Good
fanatics
tidings
are
such as
now
these,
running for
does
their
victory
lives.
spring forth.
There will probably be some desertions too on part of the Venetians.
The enemy general flees like an old woman. Attack and break the will of his men.
Perfect. Again, killing all the troops that you can find. Now we are going to massacre them. No mercy whatsoever. This victory has been long awaited.
All praise to Allah. You have left our enemy lost. They run like children. Scour them from the field.
Perfect. We are slaying every soldier that we can. Let's go there. And there it is. Perfect.
Great victories are like sweet nectar.
With
Come,
minimal losses,
let us
we
drink
were
of the
able
most
to
rare-
crush their force. Of course, these were only mostly archers and a couple of infantry troops executing.
Long live the warriors of Islam! Sultan, inshallah, we will smite this foe, Sultan. Besieging the enemy. Mighty Sultan, do we wet them out or strike?
Retrain
We shall
as many
end
troops
this
as we
day
can.
as victors.
Next turn we kick them out of
Inshallah,
Jerusalem.
they will relent in this siege. Sultan,
And what about where's the Poles? Yes.
Nuh-uh, my Sultan.
We shall hear you out, but do not expect serious. This,
Please continue with your
Alliance, trade
suggestions.
rights. Okay. Trade rights. Map information. Map information.
we have no complaints with this plan. Goodbye. We look forward to our next meeting.
Perfect. Now the Poles are
Nuh-uh.
okay. And
Nuh-uh,
let's
my
go and
Sultan.
discuss peace with the Turks.
Na'am,
Whether they
Sultan.
want it or not.
I shall inform them of your will.
Shubadak. Inshallah, as my Sultan will. We will
Maintain
engage them
siege.
honorably. Infidels to kill, Sultan. Noble one. As
We
my
have a
Sultan will.
ballista, but I think we will still need to hire one more infantry unit.
Yes, Sultan. We close for battle.
Let's wait for 2 turns. 1 turn to
Has
be able
the
to do
time
that.
come? Yes.
The next turn we take on Constantinople.
Na'am. Yalla.
Let's see, and what about the Venetians up there?
Orders. How may I serve, Sultan?
Let's go and lace
The
into
infidels'
Ragusa.
army will not
The
survive.
Venetians are under siege
Yes, Sultan.
in the Holy Land, and they're
Besieging
under
this
siege
place.
here
Mighty Sultan. Do
in.
we wait them out
Europe.
or strike?
This is Venice, the capital. If we take this entire coast up till Venice, then that would put us in the perfect position to attack the Papal States. What else can we do? Construction, ballista towers, perfect. Town hall, perfect. We need a bazaar here. Caesarea, Adana, Antioch. Multiple construction projects going pretty much everywhere. Even Jerusalem as far as I remember, but I don't know what condition I get Jerusalem back in. Shipwright. Cairo, Alexandria. Ballista Towers. Let's make a bazaar here. A shipwright for Tripoli.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Yes, Sultan. Closing to engage.
Perfectly
The
done.
infidel surrender.
Your people are not...
Naam, great Sultan.
We can't really hire any assassins. Why not? Marksman, raid, Bloodstone, gunsmith, armor, masjid. We'll have to hire an assassin from somewhere. I mean, how hard is it to come by an assassin? Literally no assassin in sight. Oh, there we go. And of course, ships to transport the assassin.
Shubadak.
Enter. Now we're getting more and more involved with the affairs of Central Europe, you know, facing the Venetians and all.
We have chosen the time and
Yes,
place.
first,
Now let us
I
choose
want you to know
triumph.
that I take immense pleasure in doing what I am about to do to you. They had no reason to attack the Holy Land. I mean, the truce was hard earned.
For the moment, the fickle smile of fortune shines upon us. Pray, this is a portent of a victory.
I think the reinforcements will be controlled by AI. That's not okay. I wanted to control the reinforcement myself. It's okay. Okay, it's okay, even if they fight these forces themselves. So the AI is controlling my reinforcements. I forgot to control them myself. It's just a matter of time till the forces with it, and I can actually go in and take the city center. While they are engaged in battle,
Our men have slain. Our enemy flees before us
And
like
battle.
great victories are like sweet
with
nectar.
only minor losses, we were
let us-
able to destroy the enemy. And we have taken back Jerusalem. The holy city is
All
ours.
praise is due to Allah for granting this victory. Allah, the most merciful, has delivered us. Victory!
What have they done to the city? The city used to be very, very stable and everything. The population sentiments have changed since the Venetians came. They probably sacked it. But I will find a way to make the city as great as it was before. I mean, from my perspective, of course. Venetians are also about to lose their hegemony in the papal circle because I'm going to kill all of their cardinals. The Poles now want to retreat. It's okay for us if they do that. The next time the Crusaders come, I will have gunpowder weapons ready. At least I'll try to have gunpowder weapons ready. Where have I... Okay, there's been an earthquake in Nicosia. The animation was very scary.
Orders.
Repair what was destroyed. Masjid. Next we need ballista towers. Perfect.
Na'am.
All things coming
march.
together nicely.
Our enemies will suffer. There shall be no mercy. All praise, noble one.
Now
This
we
will be an honorable battle.
attack the Emperor Lumbertos, as he is known. Okay,
Not one of us shall fail to give all in battle.
we will attack them as feasible.
Unit on my
Okay, the reinforcements are going to deploy on the other side. That sucks because the reinforcements don't really have any these ladders and whatnot. They don't have that. Can we not deploy in this side? Oh, great. Okay. Let's just take out the Constantinople's defenses as best as we can. What will the AI do? Oh, they have cannons. Oh, good, good. So they can take out the towers from here. Just watch how these cannons work. So the gunpowder weapons are comparatively unreliable, you know, compared to what we have generally. But they can do a tremendous amount of damage. Okay, so they're firing ballistas, I guess. Our towers are up in flame. Time for us to retreat. Slight lag in there.
Fools!
I think
They
it's
that just
it's
by
because
destroying our
of having
siege
so many
towers they
troops
will
on the
know
ground.
victory?
This lag problem is it's a bit problematic, but I think on YouTube you can speed it up
Fools!
so it won't be
Do they
that.
think that just by destroying our siege towers they will know victory?
Okay, get inside, get inside. Now let's send these archers
battering ram
forward
is
to
in
spray
place.
some arrows at the...
It will not be long before our enemy's defenses fall.
Let me see what the AI is doing. They're breaking the enemy's walls, a couple of locations at once. I'm sorry about the lag, but it just started to happen. I think I need to restart the game. Next time it won't happen. It's probably because of all
Our
the
ladders
things
have
that I've
reached
done,
the walls.
together.
May
I
our
mean,
brave lions strike
having
these
two
curs who
armies
hide behind them.
besiege them, and I'm recording at the same time. I think that's the reason.
The battering ram has done its work, and now is the time to fight.
send my cavalry troops, missile cavalry troops forward. Organize the rest of the cavalry in columns rather than the traditional single row. Okay, and I have arranged my cavalry pretty much in 3 columns now. Roughly 3 columns. Now it's time to attack these troops here. Dude, why isn't the AI breaching? Come on, start breaching this area. What the hell are they waiting for? I will let these initial troops do what they can. Okay, so the AI is now entering the city.
The enemy have lost the walls.
They will most
Send your
probably
troops to take the
try
rest of the settlement.
to send some of the troops there to block the AI's advance, or my allies' reinforcements advance. And when that inevitably happens, I simply move in and attack them here. It's okay if these troops, they are routed. This is the first wave. This is the actual attack force. Well, I'll let the AI first. They're retreating, they're retreating. Now we attack.
A foe fights with horns made of clay. We are winning the battle.
Perfectly timed charge has led the enemy to rout. I've sped this up to quicken. Let me just slow it down. I mean, it is a big deal after all. We're taking Constantinople. And now we charge from the other side, sandwich them between 2 forces. Cavalry are usually not very good for breaching city walls, but I think like they can work. It's not that they don't work. It's just the maneuverability aspect that's limited. And we attack them from the rear. Perfect way to attack a phalanx of spears. There's a trebuchet there. Okay, now cut them down to speed it up.
Only half the enemy force remains. We
Perfect.
must pray they lose their will to fight.
The
Our foe fights with horns made
battle
of
is going
clay.
exactly
We are
as
winning
we
the
needed
battle.
to. Now it's just a bloodbath. Yeah, now it's all about carnage and killing and who kills more troops and so
Our
on.
men have taken control of the city.
These are the Byzantines, the last of them. And they are fighting to defend the city center.
Victory is ours. Let victory be a
Despite
salve upon our
suffering
wounds
some
well
serious
earned.
losses, we've been able to take out the Byzantines once and for all. We now command Constantinople. This is a massive victory.
Alhamdulillah! Allah has granted us victory!
We will have to exterminate the populace here.
Shubadak. Naam.
Let me reorganize the troops.
Sultan. How may I serve, Sultan?
There's a lot of different
Orders.
troop types.
Sultan.
It'll be a bit confusing at first, but I guess I can manage. Can we retrain some of them?
Naam. Orders. Sultan. Orders. Naam.
Get rid of all these.
Naam.
We'll keep the archers though. Highly experienced troops.
Infidels to kill, Sultan!
Perfect. Now I will repair all of these. I will construct ballista towers. Perfect. I'm saying perfect so many times, I don't know why. The Venetians dare blockade this port.
Orders, mighty Sultan.
Teach them
Until death!
who rules
You
these
should
days.
face.
Naam, great Sultan. Yes, Sultan. Closing to engage. Like the weary camel, now we must
I
rest.
think the Byzantines are dead. Blocked. Byzantine Empire faction destroyed. Now our realm spreads all the way from Tripoli to Greece, and we've also laid siege to the Venetian citadel, the Ragusa, sorry.
Orders, mighty Sultan. Inshallah, our wind shall be fair.
Sink down the
Attacking the
Venetian fleet
infidel
here.
fleet. The sea is yours, great Sultan.
The Venetian port should be our next target, but I guess we've done a lot in this episode, and let's save something for next time. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps immensely, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for sticking around. This is Gaming Dragon 360. Until next time, take care.